Hi, it's Mrs. Pope, and today we're going to talk about geometric series. Our goal is to find the partial sum of a geometric series, and so we're going to be adding up terms of the sequence. So here's our key concept. If you're given A1 and N, if they already give you that, this is the formula you would use for a geometric series to add it up. The sum of the first N terms, however many you want to add up, is equal to A minus A sub 1 times R to the power of N. And R does not equal 1. If you're given A1 and AN, you can use this one. S sub N is equal to A sub 1, the first term, minus A sub N, whatever that N is, they're the same, times R, divided by 1 minus R, as long as R is not equal to 1. Forgot about this up here. Thought something looked funny. Okay, let's get started. All right, example 1. Find the sum. So we want to add up all the terms. So the first term is 2. The number of terms that there are is 10. And the constant rate, what it's multiplying by, is 3 each time. So we're going to take this information and plug it in. So if you look at your formulas from before, you were given A1 in this one, and you're given N. So we're going to use that top formula. We're going to use the S sub N is equal to A1 minus A1 times R to the power of N, all divided by 1 minus R. So let's plug everything in. So S sub 10, the sum of the first 10 terms, is equal to 2, because that's A sub 1, minus 2, that's A sub 1 again, times 3 to the power of N, all over 1 minus R. So if you plug all of that in, you have, do your order of operations, use your calculator, make sure you take 3 to the power of 10 first before you multiply by 2. 2, subtract that, divided by negative 2. If you do all of that, you should end up, take a moment now and do it, you should end up with Did you get that? Hopefully so. All right, let's look at B. A sub 1 is 2,000, A sub N is 125, and R is 1/2, so it's being multiplied by 1/2 each time. So since we were given, looking at your formula from the beginning, since you're given A1 and AN, we're going to use the second formula. And that one was S sub N is equal to A1 minus AN times R, all over 1 minus R. So here, let's plug everything in. S sub N is equal to, let's see, we have 2,000 as A1, right? 2,000 minus 2,000 minus A, what does that say? I can't even read my handwriting. AN, 125 times 1/2 divided by 1 minus 1/2. So if you put this in your calculator, figure everything out, you should maybe pause, figure it out, come back, and see what you get. Hopefully that's what you ended up with. So what we're really doing here is we're just adding up all the terms. So if I were to write, if you look at this one, there are 10 terms. If I were to write out all 10 terms and then take this one plus 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 this one, this is what you would get. That's all the sum is, the series, is you're just adding all the terms up. Normally we just write them out and look at them. Now you want to add every single term up. All right, let's look at example 2. Now we want to find the first term of a series. So we want to find A1 in a geometric series. So we have all this information, but we don't know what the first term is. We don't know where it starts. We know what the sum is of the first 7 terms, and we know that each term is multiplied by 3, but we don't know where it starts. So let's figure out where this one starts. So in order to do this, we're going to use our sum formula, because we already know that. S sub N is equal to A1 minus A1 times R to the power of N, all over 1 minus R. So let's plug everything in, and we should just be left with A1 not in there, and we can solve for that. So this is going to be equal to S sub N is 13,116 is equal to A1 minus A1 times R to the power of n all over 1 minus r, so 1 minus 3. Okay, so if we simplify this, we have 13,116 is equal to A1 minus A1 times 2187. I did not do that in my head. Use your calculator. So, all over negative 2. So now let's get rid of that negative 2. Let's multiply both sides by negative 2. So then we should end up with negative 26,232 is equal to, that canceled out, A1 minus A1 times 2187. So now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to factor out that A1 because there's an A1 in this term and an A1 in this term. So if we do that, I'm going to keep that equal sign there. If we do that, then we can isolate A1 and then solve. So here we have, let's turn this into, I'm going to factor out A1, okay? So then if I divide A1 out, I still am left with 1 minus 2187. Got it? So if you have 1 minus 2187, then I end up with negative 2186. So negative 26,232 is equal to negative 2186 a sub 1, divide by negative 2186, divide by negative 2186, and you'll find that A1 is equal to 12. All right. Thanks for watching today, and remember, you are responsible for your own learning.